Hey, this is James, aka Judgment Awaits. How in the world are you guys doing today? Man, I am trying something new tonight. It's Sunday, and I'm doing a vlog. I don't think I've ever done just a vlog. I've had some live face cams and things like that, but I kind of wanted to just get away from the gameplay and just kind of talk to you guys about life. So we'll see how this goes. I might do this every Sunday. Make sure you give me some feedback and let me know, how I do, what I can change, and everything like that. But first up on the things that I wanted to talk to you today is with my Ohio State Buckeyes. Oh, they lost to Michigan State Saturday. I am bummed and yet a little bit relieved. All right, so let me explain this. Ohio State has been on a nice win streak, all right, but that of course all ended when Auburn beat Alabama. There was this possibility shaping up that Ohio State could be ranked second and actually play Florida. And to be honest with you, that really scared me because Ohio State does not look that great, had not looked that great this season. And I was really worried that if they played in the big game against Florida, that Florida was just going to destroy them and embarrass them. So part of me is a little bit glad that they lost because now that will not happen. I'm still bummed. I'm still a huge Buckeye fan. I'd still always root for the underdog, and everything like that. But part of me is just a little bit relieved. I'm probably the only Buckeye fan that is kind of glad that they lost. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. Number two up, though, I wanted to call some people out, but I'm going to do that at the end of this video. I'm going to be calling, I'm not going to say who I'm going to be calling out, but I'm getting a little tired of some things, so I'm going to get on some people's cases. Number three, I guess I want to call some more people out, and namely some Christians out. All right, and not just all Christians. I guess I want to call a lot of people out in general, but Christmas is coming up. All right, and I don't know if you've thought about this, but I've read some statistics, all right, and the average family in America today spends around $800 to $1,200 on Christmas. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with giving gifts and everything like that. But when you look at how much they give to charities, how much they give to their church, it's far below that on average. All right, I know there's some super generous people out there, but apparently there are a lot of Christians that aren't super generous, so I kind of wanted to get on you guys. I want to get on myself because honestly, I could be more generous, but I want you guys to think about this as Christmas is coming up. I'm one of those people that tends to see things in life, and I think God puts some passions inside of us, but I see things and I'm like, man, I wish I could do something to help those people out. I wish I had some more money to help some people out, some more money to do things. But really, when you think about it, we don't have money to do those things because we're too busy spending it on ourselves. We've got to have our $4, $5 coffees at Starbucks. We've got to go buy the Xbox One. We've got to have the nicest car. We've got to have the nicest phones. And I just did a Droid commercial. Yeah, there are so many things that catch my attention, and I end up spending my money on these things, impulse buying those things. And then when it comes to something that I should be passionate about, I don't have any money left over. Now, like I said, I'm not saying there's things wrong with buying those things, but man, we as Christians, we should have a different set of priorities. So I want you guys to examine your priorities, examine what you spend money on. And if you're a person like me who wishes they had more money to give away, quit being a hypocrite, quit being a moron, and quit spending your money on the things that really don't matter at the end of the day. Use your money more wisely. I read a study also that talked about giving and tithing into church. It said that a person that makes $20,000 a year was twice as likely to tithe and give money to charities as a person that makes $40,000 to $50,000 a year. That $20,000 a year person is 8 times as likely to tithe and give money as a person who makes $75,000 a year. So I've kind of always thought, hey, if I made more money, I'd be able to give more money away. But here's the thing, that's not really the case because once again, it all really comes down to priorities. What are you spending your money on? No matter how much you make, you can probably be generous. All right. Now, I want to say something too. I know there are some people right now that are really hurting financially. I hope you have a good church that will love on you and help you out and help you through these tough times. So if you're hurting financially, I don't want to talk to you. I'm talking to the people who aren't hurting financially like me, who spend my money on Xbox Ones, on smartphones and things like that. You know, we really need to examine our priorities and take a look at ourselves, you know, especially if we call ourselves followers of Christ. All right, so think about that, especially with Christmas coming up. You know, another thing that I'm thinking about is, how do I teach that to my kids? How do I teach them not to be focused on what they give? You know, I'm still kind of struggling with that. They're 6 and 7. If you guys that are older than me or have, you know, kids that age, you know, let me know. We've tried to really scale back Christmas to like 1 gift or 2 gifts, you know, and we've tried to actually do some things and actually show them how fun it is and how awesome it is to give money away. So we're trying some things, but if you have any advice, I'd love to hear that from you guys. All right, so that's enough about that. Third thing, like I said, or I guess this is going back to the second thing, man, I wanted to call some people out, all right? I am tired of the Betty jokes. I'm tired of the IED jokes. You know, I can't help it that you guys aren't smart enough to put on sit rep. You know, come on, it's easy enough. You just put that on and you don't have to worry about those pesky things. But no, I'm just kidding with you guys. I thought it'd be fun, though, to actually have a snipe off. You know, I want to challenge Godly Disciple, Kingdom Soldier, Ocho Blanco, the Jesus Freak, and Till I Collapse to a free-for-all sniping match on the map Strike Zone with bolt-action sniper rifles. So if you guys are man enough to face me, you know, I am the ultimate sniping guru. Okay, really, I stink at it, but, you know, I think I can beat you guys. So I'm going to put something up. I've got this little bracelet right here. I'm going to give this to the winner. This is my Call of Duty Ghosts survival bracelet. Whoever wins this free-for-all match, whoever is man enough to do it, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to give this to you. So you guys let me know if you guys are interested in that. All right, but that's all I have for you. I want to keep these kind of short. Let me know what you think about this. If you care about the people that you're watching their videos, you know, on YouTube, care enough to give them some feedback. I know the lighting in here is not the greatest. I probably could have worn a little bit nicer shirt. I'm wearing a t-shirt here. I don't know. Let me know what I can do to make these better. Let me know what I can do to make this whole YouTube thing better. I want to do the best job that I can, you know, and I guess my point was, make sure you give some constructive feedback to those people that you watch. I know that they would really appreciate this. But guys, remember, check out your priorities, especially around Christmas. You know, we just need to take a little bit better focus on some things. But let me know what you think about this. As always, take care and God bless. Hey, this is James, a.k.a. Judgment Awaits. How in the world are you guys doing today? Man, trying something a little bit different with this vlog. And I think I'm shrinking down in my chair. Jeez. My chair started shrinking. Hey, this is Judgment Awaits. How in the world are you guys doing today? Bringing you this vlog, trying something a little bit different. Get out of here.